we need to talk about something incredibly important, one of the biggest yet quietest threats to your financial independence after you turn 60. And no, it's not the stock market and it's not some bad investment. It's something much closer to home. It's a threat that doesn't knock on the door. It just shows up, silently, from the inside. Now let's be crystal clear about something. This has nothing to do with being careless or, losing your touch. Not at all. This is a documented biological fact, as normal as your hair getting a little grayer. You see, the research is pretty consistent. Our ability to make our sharpest financial decisions, to really juggle all those complex details and spot a bad deal, that skill peaks in our early 50s. After that, those specific brain functions begin a very slow, totally invisible decline. And acknowledging that isn't a sign of weakness. It's actually the first and most important strategic move you can make to build a real defense. And that brings us to this really key idea, the vulnerability gap. Just picture this. You've spent your entire life building a financial fortress. By the time you're in your 60s, the walls of that fortress, your life savings, are probably at their highest. But at the exact same time, the guards you've always counted on to patrol those walls, your own natural cognitive defenses, are starting to get just a little bit tired. It's this gap, this dangerous separation between having the most to protect and a slight decline in your defenses that creates the perfect quiet opportunity for mistakes or for people who want to take advantage. So here's our game plan. First, we're gonna pull back the curtain on this hidden vulnerability. Then we'll take a hard look at the new financial battlefield we're all living in. After that, we'll shift our thinking from being a daily manager to a system designer. We'll walk through the automatic defense protocol step by step, understand why it's such a smart move, and finish with a simple way you can secure the gate for good. Okay, let's start with the science behind that vulnerability gap. It's so important to see this not as some kind of personal flaw, but as a completely predictable part of being human, one that we can and absolutely should prepare for. What's so powerful about this timeline is how clearly it lays out the problem. Look, your financial peak, your sharpest brainpower for money matters, hits in your early 50s. But your wealth, the reward for a lifetime of hard work, it keeps growing, often peaking in your 60s or later. And it's right there at the moment you have the most to lose that this subtle cognitive shift begins. It's not like falling off a cliff. It's more like a long, gentle slope. It's so gradual, in fact, you don't even realize you're on it. And this is where it gets serious. Studies have shown that small financial mistakes, things like a missed payment, a simple miscalculation, or even falling for a clever scam, can start showing up to 6 years before anyone, including you or your family, would ever notice any other signs of cognitive change. These little slip-ups are like the canary in the coal mine. They are often the very first sign that the brain's executive functions are getting tired. But we usually just write them off as, oh, I was just being careless. Now, this biological change wouldn't be nearly as big a deal if the world around us had just stayed the same. But it hasn't, not even close. The entire financial world has changed so dramatically, it's created a perfect storm. Our brains are changing just as the world has become faster, more complex, and frankly, more dangerous. Think about it. For most of our lives, money was slow, right? It was paper statements in the mail, bank tellers who actually knew your name, and built-in delays that gave you time to think things over. Today, we live in an era of digital velocity. Your entire nest egg can be moved with one tap on a screen in an instant. The system isn't designed for careful human thought anymore. It's designed for the speed of a machine. And all that natural friction that used to protect us, it's just gone. And this high-speed world has fueled a massive predatory industry. Let's be very clear. Elder fraud isn't just a few random bad guys. It's a multi-billion-dollar global business. They use call centers, sophisticated data, and psychology to specifically target the wealth that older adults have spent a lifetime building. And that $3 billion number you see, that's just what the FBI knows about. The real number is way, way higher because most cases sadly go unreported. And the tools they use today are terrifying. They're weaponizing AI to clone the voice of a grandchild from a short social media clip, creating a panicked phone call that sounds absolutely real. See, they don't try to outthink you. Their whole game is to create a spike of emotion, fear, panic, urgency that lets them bypass your rational brain entirely. And this works so well because it connects directly with that natural slight decline in executive function. That's the part of your brain that handles impulse control. It's the exact reason the infamous grandparent scam is so devastatingly effective. It's the perfect storm of technology, emotion, and biology. So, given this new reality, the changes inside us and the changes in the world outside, how in the world do we fight back? Well, the answer isn't to just be more careful. It requires a complete shift in our strategy. We have to stop acting like a day-to-day manager, reacting to every little thing, and start thinking like a designer, building a system that's made for the future. The old way was what we'd call active vigilance. It meant you had to be on your game 24/7. It depended on your willpower, your memory, your sharpness in any given moment. But here's the thing, willpower gets tired. Memory can have off days. That strategy is flawed because it relies on a biological system that by its very nature gets fatigued. The new, much stronger strategy is to build automated guardrails. This is a system you design ahead of time. It's a system that runs on logic, not emotion. It never gets tired and it never has a bad day. And this right here is probably the most important mental shift to make. A lot of people hear automation and they think it means giving up control, but it is the absolute opposite. By designing this system now while you are at your sharpest, you are exercising the ultimate form of control. You're making smart decisions today to protect your future self from a moment of vulnerability that you might not even see coming. It's the ultimate power move. So let's adopt this new identity. You are no longer the person who has to stand guard every single minute, checking every transaction in the heat of the moment. No, you are the architect. You are the system designer. You are creating a financial fortress with smart rules and protocols that work for you automatically. It protects your legacy, it protects your independence, and it frees up your mind to focus on the things in life that really matter. Okay, so let's get practical. What does this system actually look like? We call it the Automatic Defense Protocol. The best way to think about it is like creating a cognitive redundancy system for your finances. You know how an airplane has multiple backup systems for everything critical? You're essentially building that same kind of backup for your brain to make sure nothing is ever left to chance. This whole protocol is built on 5 main pillars, and each one is a different layer of your defense. We've got granting read-only access, creating structural friction, automating your essential payments, setting up electronic alerts, and finally, naming a trusted contact person with your bank. Together, these things create a really powerful integrated defense. Let's break down those first 2. Read-only access is something most banks offer. You can give it to a trusted family member or a financial advisor. Here's the key. They can see everything that's happening, so they can spot something weird, but they cannot move a single dollar. It's like giving someone an alarm system, not the keys to the house. Then there's structural friction. This is all about intentionally slowing things down. So you keep most of your money in an account that needs a 24-hour delay for big transfers. For everyday stuff, you use a separate debit card with a low daily limit. This friction is a scammer's worst nightmare because it destroys their high-pressure tactics by giving you the one thing they hate, time to. And the last 3 layers lock it all down. First up, automate your essentials. This just means putting every single one of your recurring bills, mortgage, utilities, insurance, you name it, on autopay. It prevents a simple oops, I forgot moment from turning into a big problem. Then set up electronic alerts. Have your bank send you a text or email for every transaction over a small amount, like $50. This keeps you in the loop without drowning you in information. And finally, officially name a trusted contact on your accounts. This is huge. It gives your bank a safe and legal person to call if they ever think you're being forced or tricked into making a transaction. It's like having an official emergency brake. Now, putting this protocol in place isn't just about checking off a to-do list. It's truly an act of wisdom. It's about claiming the peace of mind and the sense of control that only comes from being genuinely prepared for the future. And please, hear me on this. Setting up these systems is not a sign of weakness or getting old. It is a sign of high intelligence and serious foresight. The most successful, disciplined people in the world automate all of their routine decisions so they can save their brain power for what really matters. You're not losing your edge here, you're sharpening your defense. You've spent a lifetime being smart and resourceful. This is just the next chapter of that. So, we've covered the why, the what, and the how. Now it all comes down to taking that first simple step. It's about securing the gate while the main guard, your mind, at its best, is on duty, designing the very system that will stand watch forever. I want to leave you with a question to really think about. If you are the only one watching your accounts, the only person who has to spot every single threat, day in and day out, without ever getting tired or distracted, is that gate really truly secure? A good system is a guard that never needs to sleep. So here's your challenge for the next 24 hours, and it's incredibly simple. Don't try to build the entire fortress tomorrow. Just lay one stone. Either go online and set up autopay for one bill that you still pay by hand, or go into your banking app and just turn on transaction alerts for one account. That's it. Take one small, real step to move a task from your memory to a system. That's how it begins. So, when it all comes down to it, here's the takeaway. Your financial sharpness is a precious biological resource. The smartest thing you can do is protect it by building a system of automation around it. The most powerful first step, setting up read-only access. It's the easiest way to add a second guard at the gate. By stepping into your role as the system designer, you're not giving up control. You are taking ultimate control of your future. So design the system, secure the gate, and go lead your life with the confidence you have absolutely earned.